And taking on the world with you is Jamaica Magazine. Stay tuned.
Positivity, I change my mood. Me I rock this brand new attitude. Dancing to this rhythm of life.
Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. The Inter-American Development Bank IDB is making more than $50 million available for investments in a number of projects in Jamaica. IDB Invest General Manager James P. Scriven says tourism, infrastructure, transportation, ports, roads, as well as the financial sector are the areas that will benefit. Jamaica has received $36.16 million from the government of the People's Republic of China to construct the Western Children's Hospital in St. James and other projects.
I feel certain that the signing is another positive development and demonstration of the effective and strong cooperation between our countries.
Meanwhile, upgrading work is about to begin on the Chapelton Community Hospital in Clarendon. United States-based entity Push Start Foundation is providing $1 million to execute the project, for which ground was broken recently. Still on health, the ministry will be developing a sexual and reproductive health policy that will guide strategies to reduce maternal mortality rates.
A sexual and reproductive health policy will create a framework for identifying effective strategies to reduce maternal mortality rates, including strengthening the linkages between obstetric and NCD programs and reviewing our capacity within the health sector to respond effectively to cases of unsafe abortions.
Preliminary figures indicate that Tax Administration Jamaica, TAJ, surpassed the revenue collections target for the second quarter of this fiscal year. TAJ says that has pushed year-to-date collections to $153.1 billion, 2% above the September projection of $149.8 billion. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the National Housing Trust is on track to deliver an additional 4,144 housing solutions by the end of the fiscal year in March 2019.
You have Shekels coming, that is in Clarendon, 48 units. You have Latium in St. James, 183 units. You have Twickenham 4, Phase 4 in St. Catherine, that's 134 units. In Manchester, there is Perth 1A, that's 118 units to come. Then there is Fontabelle in Westmoreland, 355. We have Antrovy in St. James, 170. We have Rasta City in Kingston, 93. We have the Estuary 2 in St. James, 1,100. And we have Perth Phase 2 in Manchester, 1,314.
1,500 additional young people will be trained under the Jamaica National Service Corps program. They will be recruited and trained in 3 batches by October 2019.
We are indeed pleased by the progress that has been made in this program, and it has been so successful that the next cohort that's to begin training on the 28th of October will be the largest contingent of persons to ever be trained by the Jamaica Defense Force.
The minister without portfolio in the Agriculture Ministry, J.C. Hutchinson, told a JIS think tank this week that bamboo is being explored as a possible alternative to the production of plastic and styrofoam containers as government embarks on a policy to ban the use of those materials.
All the plastic that you can think of can be made from bamboo. So we are going to be looking that this can be a big alternative for all the plastic that there is that we are now presently using.
And finally, local government minister Desmond Mackenzie says a new drainage system will be installed to address flooding along Marcus Garvey Drive in Kingston. The project will be jointly coordinated by the National Works Agency and the Port Authority of Jamaica. And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.
Even though a trough is likely for the island next week, tomorrow will be perfect for beachgoers. So expect bright sunshine and clear skies all day.
You're right. Like how yesterday, Una tell me say it's a bright and pretty. I wash my clothes and a pure rainfall. I'll know them not dry.
And today, we want to hear from you, our viewers. So call us now to get your weather questions answered.
Yeah man, me go now call.
And we have a call online now. What is your question?
How comes you tell me that today I got bright and pretty and a pure rainfall in my community?
It's not as simple as you might think to predict weather with full accuracy. To provide a forecast, we measure and assess current atmospheric conditions over various areas and compare that to previous observations. This allows us to have a general idea of what conditions to expect in a particular area. Rainfall, however, can be difficult to forecast, especially over small areas. From our analyses and observations, we can know that conditions will be ideal for rainfall, and we have a good idea of the general region where rain is likely, but it is sometimes difficult to give that precise location.
Oh, so you're saying even though you can't tell me it will rain in my town, you can't necessarily tell me it will rain in my little district?
You've got it.
Oh wait, I have another question. But you're not talking about one system where I affect the island. Where next week? You think it's so early we need to know about that?
When it comes to telling the public about severe weather, the nature of the system determines how soon we start to share that information. For systems like tropical wave or a trough that may produce severe weather, advisories are issued 2 to 3 days before a system is forecasted to affect our area. For tropical cyclones such as hurricanes, advisories are issued once a system is expected to be formed within 48 hours, even if it will not affect Jamaica.
You know what else me always want to know? The Met Office and OPM, them do the same thing?
No. The Met Service is responsible for monitoring the weather conditions over the island and territorial waters and issuing reliable and timely weather services. OPM, which stands for the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, is responsible for maintaining a state of national preparedness for all types of disasters. When the system that could cause a disaster is a weather phenomenon, the Met Service monitors the progress to forecast and to determine the extent of the weather conditions.
You know, I never know there's so much things the Met Service do, and that weather forecasting is so complicated.
Yes, it is. And if you have more questions in the future, please feel free to contact the Met Service.
As a child less influenced by wireless connections, I was one of those who ran around the yard shouting, 1, 2, 3, red light. And interestingly, as an adult, I now realize that this may have been preparing me for life as I now know it. Not so much about the fun and the games, but the stop, get ready, go context remains.
Traffic signal, as we refer to it as, it's a system of electronic controls that we use to assist in managing traffic at particular locations along our corridors. In managing the flow, there's a system. We have mast arms. We have the signal heads. Signal heads are what you see, the lights, whether green, amber, or red. We have wires that are connected to a control box. The control box has a number of components that assist us in managing the flows through the intersection or junction. Now, before we actually signalize an intersection or junction, we do traffic counts. So we know where it is the bulk of the vehicles are coming from or they're heading to. You want to have that information so that in setting the timings, in rehearsing the timings for persons to go through, what amount of green time you're going to be giving to a particular phase of the intersection as opposed to another. Our traffic signals, the systems are on a fiber optic network that is actually right across the country. So we have a combination of fiber and microwave links that we're using to roll out what we call a public safety network. And the systems that we have been incorporating our camera systems with these. And so we're able to monitor traffic through our traffic management center that we have at the corporate office 140 Maxfield Avenue. And it gives us the ability to change the timings that we have at these locations remotely. In other words, we don't have to have our officers physically going to the location, changing the timings.
In the traffic management center, we have something called QuickNet. So in present day right now, this is what we use to remotely manage all traffic lights. What you're seeing on the screen now is a virtual display of what is in the cabinet at the intersection via our traffic camera. At the first display, you can see this is our Model 170 controller. This is what we use as a standard in Kingston. So right now you can see all the visual displays. This is what exactly you see in a traffic cabinet. Beside it, you see a graphical representation of what is happening at the stoplight. So at the cameras, you can see two true movements and a turning movement, moving from green to amber to red. And now you can see the two turning movements start. So you can see two turning movements and a left turning movement happening right now, as well as a forward turning movement at the next part of the intersection. So the graphic can show you the plan, the status, the cycle length, offset values, traffic statistics. So using this, you can see if the stoplight is working efficiently or not. So this will tell us if the stoplight is down, off, in any problem or whatever. So before people have to call and report a stoplight is down, with this system, when everything is integrated, you won't have to. You automatically know. What you're seeing now on the screen is a viewing of Halfway Tree area, the Kingston metropolitan area, where we can now monitor traffic remotely. So before, to put up a traffic light, somebody would have to go months prior and record the traffic data to put up a signal. Now we can have somebody here remotely counting traffic, as well as several different other specialized cameras to count the traffic for us. So specifically, we can look at specific intersections, say for this one example. If we see the traffic is building up, we can allot more time to a specific intersection to allow the true traffic to flow.
We have well over 100 locations across the country where we have signals, and the number continues to grow because every year we look at new locations to signalize. The demand is quite high, and the demand grows with the numbers of vehicles that we are seeing on our roads.
Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, celebrating over 20 years of investment in community development. JSIF has forged relationships with international funding partners as well as private and public sector entities. Let us continue to invest to reduce vulnerabilities. Let us build our social capital and resilient infrastructures to ensure full participation in Vision 2030. JSIF, investing for community development.
Now, I don't know about you, but for me, it is an absolute pleasure to have been bathed by the spills of our golden sun, to have been wrapped by the varying shades of blue, to have had the secrets of my culture, my expression and lifestyle etched in by the whispers of the winds, sweeping 18 degrees north.
This is Jamaica, this is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica, this is our land.
The allure of the landscape, the white coral sands, the sea-carved cliffs of the shorelines, the warm, free spirit of the people beckons tenderly to natives and visitors alike. This natural paradise of over 4,000 square miles is home to about 2.7 million English-speaking inhabitants, principally of African roots. Jamaicans are a sport-loving people. Cricket, track and field, and football are among the most popular spectator sports. The strength and resilience of the people are embodied in world-class athletes like Asafa Powell, Veronica Campbell, Shelley Ann Fraser, and Usain Lightning Bolt. The vibrant city of Kingston, the country's capital, is built around the 7th largest natural harbor in the world and is a center of economic and political life. The second city, Montego Bay, is a virtual tourist mecca.
Welcome to Jamaica.
Tropical climate and seasonal rainfall make Jamaica home to some of the most exotic flora and fauna seen anywhere in the world. The magnificent mountains that form a ridge across the length of the country are home to the more than 300 species of herbs, plant, and animals that are endemic to the country. Towering some 7,500 feet above sea level is the Blue Mountain's highest peak, the cradle of the world's best tasting coffee. Jamaica's economic policies encourage foreign investment in areas that earn or save foreign exchange, generate employment, and use local raw materials. The entire economy revolves around a well-developed financial services sector that operates on international best practice standards. The Financial Services Commission, FSC, as well as the Bank of Jamaica, regulate and supervise the industry. Cross-border trading with other markets in the Caribbean underscores the depth of the market. The Port of Kingston has the 7th largest natural harbor in the world and is a premier trading hub of the Caribbean. Kingston's strategic location at the crossroads of major trade routes has attracted many of the world's leading shipping lines to invest here. The two international airports, Norman Manley in Kingston and Sangster in Montego Bay, allow easy entry and exit from the island and are complemented by a well-organized on-the-ground transport system. A comprehensive healthcare system that promotes physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being is the foundation on which the country seeks to enhance the quality of life for all its people. Jamaica is a country infused with pride in its unique history, stunning landscape, and influential culture. It has much to offer its people and the curious traveler. The beauty of nature and the creative spirit of the Jamaican people have combined to shape a nation and country that is one of the most beautiful in the world.
You must know this song if you're a Jamaican. Jackass with him long tail, bag of cocoa coming down. No worry him, not tease him, not make him bankra, squeeze him. Bankra, the word, bankra. You heard it right. Bankra, or as we know it, hamper, is a big basket, including the type which hangs over the sides of a donkey. Jackass with him long tail, bag of cocoa coming down.
Reggae music is boss, brother.
Yes, sir.
Reggae music is roots. Natty, dread. Yes, sir. Is our kind of music that, brother? What me say?
If reggae can ever be edged to a set place, then 13 Brentford Road is its home. It was here at Studio One in 1968 that Rocksteady briefly went back 20 years, married the folk rhythms of mento, and gave birth to reggae.
The new art form experienced its share of birthing pains as the so-called elites of society struggled to accept its revolutionary presence, while those from whose experiences it sprung cleaved onto this evolution in expression.
Reggae music is something that I think most of our people are ashamed of. I don't know why this should be, because it is coming from our roots. So much people are naked like them shame.
I agree.
Truly.
Sure, them just shame what truly belongs to them. What me say?
That's what we steal sometimes, do I?
Truly.
Well, I think that the rhythm is very good, and we like it a lot in Jamaica here.
As myself coming from New York, I only thought that I would dig soul music, just, you know, funky music. But as I hear the reggae music, I like it.
I like reggae music very much because, right, it shows a lot of culture, right? It tells from the plantation days, the type of music the people used to sing, right? And it sort of reveal what really was going on in that time, right? Up till now, right?
It's something you can't just sit down and listen to. You have, you know, you get the feeling to move.
Reggae music is our high-style music. Same way like how soul music belongs to stage, reggae music belongs to Jay. And my favorite artist are Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Probably because it's part of me, you know, and we create it, I don't know. But I think I enjoy playing reggae very much.
I really dig reggae music, but whenever time I hear reggae music, I feel like dancing, you know?
I'm in a dancing mood.
Generations later, and the narrative retains echoes of past sentiments with the addition of new layers.
Reggae change, I can say like it changed a bit, you know, but still reggae beat. The old one is better, the new one not much to me. I just love the old stuff.
When I'm working, I listen to my music, keep me going, you know.
If me go dance on them music then I'm play, I don't really stay there.
It means everything. It's a part of Jamaican's history, so it defines who we are as Jamaicans.
It means everything. It means love, it means peace, it means understanding.
Reggae is a lifestyle. Reggae is a lifestyle, you know, Jamaican lifestyle. Yeah, even the lifestyle you live, because even didn't tell you any form, you know, so you work hard every day, hustle hard every day, and the music says reggae. So, reggae is life, man, you know?
Reggae has become what some prophesied, a few decried, and almost none could truly imagine.
Reggae is no longer seen in the world as alternative music or third world music or new wave music.
It's doing good. I think a lot of guys who make a lot of money from it, but it is good. I think it may be probably next to tourism.
People know Jamaica not only for our sand, sun and beach, but they know us for our music. So when you go abroad and people be like, you're from Jamaica, you know Bob Marley, you know such and such, all because of our music. So reggae is our definition of Jamaica.
It is the strongest component in the brand Jamaica construct.
Reggae artists and those who specialize in its offshoot dancehall have won major musical awards. In life and past death, its greatest ambassador retains an undeniable international presence that has demanded respect from world-renowned publications. Since 2009, the entire month of February has been dedicated to its celebration at home. It was instrumental in garnering capital Kingston the designation by UNESCO as a creative city of music. And in 2017, the Jamaican government submitted a nomination dossier to have reggae inscribed on UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage for humanity.
This international protection instrument will ensure that the origins of reggae and its derivatives are appropriately documented and safeguarded for present and future generations. It is fascinating to reminisce on the early days when Jamaican music struggled to germinate, and the pioneers were classified in some cases as undesirables right here at home.
But even then, in its infancy,
Well, I think that reggae is a good music, here to stay, and I think reggae music belongs to us, and we ought to show it, right?
And now,
reggae is hot commodity and the world has embraced it, but we are proud to declare that we still own it.
Respect must be given whenever respect is due. One more time, let's give it up for Jamaica and reggae music.
From scat to rock steady, reggae and dancehall, Jamaica's music continues to impact the world. And this year, the 8th staging of the JIS Heritage Competition celebrates our vibrant and dynamic musical heritage. I say yeah, I say yeah, what I say, do what I say. Can you hear me say yeah, 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 what I say.
Students aged 9 to 12 enter the essay competition. Write 500 words on the topic, how has Jamaican music contributed to the country's growth and development?
Give it to me one time. Give it to me 2 times.
Secondary level students enter the poster competition with digital or illustrated pieces, and tertiary level students, the photo competition is for you.
And right now, someone else has.
The topic for the poster and photo competition is Jamaica's music, the stage for growth and development.
Now moonshine, bright tonight, how we are trying to be all night till daylight.
For additional information, visit the JIS website at www.jis.gov.jm. Email heritage essay, heritage poster, heritage photo, all at jis.gov.jm, or call 876-926-359024.
It's my legacy, all I've got to say. Hey, reggae, my song.
The competition is now open.
And all entries must be submitted by Sunday, October 28th.
Prizes and surprises await you in the 2018 Jamaica Information Service Heritage Competition.
Lord, I feel like crying now. I feel like moving. And I feel like...
And this is where the show closes for today. Like, follow, and subscribe to our social media pages. Download the apps for the days you go out to see the sun, feel the rain, walking without fear or doubt as you challenge the day with an open mind. I'm Theodore Henry. Thank you for watching.
this has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.